Wake up, all veggies, no eggs.
I don't remember the lyrics.
I hit the gym, all chest, no
that's
legs.
right. Yeah, that's right.
Good day. Welcome back to another episode of the Two Savage Democrats podcast, episode number 83. This episode of the podcast is brought to you by the Patreon. We have an exclusive Patreon where you get access to the full video podcast, a private Discord with all the other Patreons where we do calls, gaming sessions. We've been playing a lot of Among Us recently, which has been pretty lit.
It's just the popular
It's the popular game, and then
we will play like the popular multiplayer game.
Yeah, we just get everybody in the call in there. But yeah, you should definitely join the Patreon, patreon.com/TSFDpod. We will talk about that a little bit later on in the show. But first, do you notice anything?
No.
You don't notice anything?
Am I supposed to?
I mean, I thought you would.
You got Ray-Bans.
No. Here, look again.
The watch.
It has nothing to do down here. Just go.
Your nose got smaller?
That's impossible. No.
Well, not really. Plastic surgery.
I mean, plastic surgery, yeah, but
it take longer.
it gets
than
bigger before it gets smaller when you have the plastic
longer,
surgery.
Yeah, whatever.
No, okay, I got a haircut.
Oh.
Yeah, but I got a nice haircut because usually I go to Great Clips, you know.
Oops.
And yeah, no, dude. Well, Great Clips, they'll give you the haircut you pay for. You know, you get in and out. It's like 10 minutes.
Yeah, and they don't talk to you.
Some of them do, and it's annoying because I know they suck at cutting hair. So they're sitting there talking to you, and I'm like,
how was your
dude,
day? I don't give a fuck.
I'm like, look, you can't multitask. Like, you're trying to multitask, and you're fucking up my hair, so stop. But no, I went to this place called Scissors and Scotch, and I got a $40 haircut. But I go in, dude, and the lady that cut my hair was freaking... I mean, she was giving me a tongue lashing about going to Great Clips. Like, I just sit down. She goes, your hair sucks. And I go, and she goes,
fucking what, mate?
she goes, yeah. And I was like, why? She's like, well, and went into this whole thing, and I didn't listen. Something about this side was going whoosh, and this side was going whoosh, and it was like all that. And then she fixed it, and it looks good. I feel like it does. I feel like it looks good, you know?
You got like a 1920s gangster thing going on.
Yeah, you were trying to say...
Especially with the Ray-Bans.
Yeah, you know, which is actually, I got to get my deep topic sunglasses out of here. Not that we're going to deep topic yet, but there will be some deep topic, so.
Yeah. Hey, you even got the replacement, replacement lenses?
This is just one.
Oh, I thought that
was that's a one too, but it's black. I don't want to put that on. Anyway,
I think I'm gonna have to put mine on because I got like diesel or something on mine.
Anyway, jam-packed show coming to you guys today. We're talking about the death of Ruth Bader Ginsburg. Who's going to replace Ruth Bader Ginsburg? Is it a good or bad decision? We got some massive coronavirus updates. Hunter Biden.
He's back in the news.
He's back in the news again, which is bad for Joe Biden. I mean, he's probably making the news more than Joe. I feel like Joe, they just try to keep him out of the news. You know, they don't even want him in the news because he's just, every time he's in the news, it's
and then
like
his son gets in it and goes, "Oh shit, we should have been watching both."
Yeah, he goes, "Oh, Biden, get him on the news," and then they put him on the news, and he goes, "I got hairy legs," and they say, "Take him off the news." You know, it's like
he's sick again.
Yeah. Oh, he's not losing it though. We got a lot of great topics coming for you guys today, but I want to start off with the, Ruth Bader Ginsburg because I feel like that is like the biggest news of the week. You know, is Ruth Bader Ginsburg kind of biting the bullet, punching the ticket, as they say.
Taking the ferry.
Taking the ferry. Which, by the way, like the you know, and look, it was like, obviously I don't want anybody to die, you know.
But she was really old.
Well, she was old, and like the thing is...
She made it a long way.
She made it a long way. She had cancer. Yeah. She's a fighter. And honestly...
You can respect that.
Well, I respect... Like, look, I don't agree with her on anything, right? She's pro-life. I mean, pro-choice. Mm-hmm. She's a leftist. Mm-hmm. A lib-turd. But I have to appreciate the fact that she fought for what she believed in. I don't agree with it. But I'm just going to say that because she died, and I'm about to go into some comedy about it, and so I don't want to just make it just straight comedy without at least... Now, the memes are fire.
She is such a powerful woman.
The memes...
Let's get into the
She was a great woman and deserves respect. Now the memes. Which came pretty quickly.
Bring on the memes!
And people were like, this is so disrespectful. You're posting memes about Ruth Bader Ginsburg and she just died. The body isn't even cold.
But at the same time...
But that happens when everybody dies,
yeah,
you
like,
know?
It's literally like anybody.
It's society's way of coping.
Yeah.
Like, you know how people's coping mechanisms is comedy?
Yeah.
You know, they just start making jokes.
There's way more people like that than there are people that
and people, so like, you know, and so now the coping, not that I'm coping with her death, because I really
don't.
I mean, she died.
Yeah.
It's like,
oop.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't know her. I'm so sick of people. It's like the worst form of virtue signaling when people get on social media and they're like, oh, I can't believe like Chadwick Boseman died. It's so sad. It's like, yeah, it's sad, but you know him.
Yeah,
he went like this on your TV screen, and then you think you have like a personal connection with the dude. I mean, he's just like, you don't know him. You know how many people die all the time that just didn't have somebody filming them?
He did good things in the time that,
Oh, sure. I mean, he was
sick and everything.
And he was like battling cancer, and he was still making movies
and going out and like meeting
and I get
with
all of
people.
that, and it sucks that he
But
died.
at the same time, you don't know him.
Yeah, you don't know him. So it's like, I get it. Like when Kobe died. When Kobe Bryant died, I genuinely felt a little bit of shock just because it was such a sudden thing. It was like, oh, his plane crashed. And it's like, he's like the
Helicopter.
biggest name, whatever.
Fact check.
Yeah. He's like the biggest name of somebody that's died in a while. So when he died, I was like, oh, geez, that's pretty crazy. But I mean, I didn't sit there and be like, oh, you know.
You didn't go and like mourn him like all of LA.
No, I'm not. Yeah, and it's like I don't know. I just feel like it's virtue signaling because most of those people like they didn't have, like they never talked about him, you know.
And then he dies.
And then he
they're like,
dies, and they go,
everybody prayers.
Yeah.
It's like, dude.
And the prayers are fine. I mean, I'm not against prayers, but
No, but it's like you didn't talk about him until he's already gone.
yeah,
Like if you really care, like genuinely cared about people
yeah,
in the way that these people are saying, they'd be talking about him all the fucking time.
yeah. Well, I agree. Yeah, but that's because they didn't actually know them. So, like, if you died, we would have a moment of silence on the podcast,
And then you get right into the
and
comedy.
then I'd go.
That fat piece of shit was fucking terrible at his job. He didn't even start anything up, which I might add, I started the light this morning. So
He did. He came in here. I was coming down with the computer, getting everything set up, and producer Steve had turned on the light. So I appreciate.
producing, baby.
He's
woo, woo, yeah. You know. Also, I'm wearing a tank top. I'm sorry. I just came from work. I woke up late this morning. The whole shit.
Now,
Yeah.
I will say, if you died, we would start the show. I would have an empty chair in your name. It would just be sitting there,
And, then
and I would come on, and then I would start like this, and I would go. Producer Steve, was great. Sometimes he set up the show. Sometimes he didn't. And let's have a moment of silence, and then I would go. Good day. Welcome back to another episode of the 2-7. Like, it would just go right into it.
So we have the Patreon. It's just like
I'll get one
yeah.
of those like sticks with your face on it. Just put it right there, like tape it to the chair. I'll have you saying deep topic. Just I'll have like a little quote coming out with deep topic. Anyway, so Ruth Bader Ginsburg died, okay? And I mean, it immediately turned into nobody. I mean, the Democrats didn't let the body cool off. The Republicans didn't let the body cool off.
Oh yeah.
The Republicans were immediately like, fill the seat, which you're going to do anyway. I mean,
because they have, or Trump as the president has the legal obligation to do so. Mm-hmm. And
there's no set
even-
number of Supreme Court justices. So technically he doesn't have to. But we've had 9 for so long
Yeah.
that it's like you may as well fill the seat.
And I might add, in 2016,
Garland. Merrick Garland.
was that who that was?
That's who it was, yeah.
Anyway, Ruth said that, was it 16 or
It was
it
16.
must have been 15.
It was 16 that Ruth
Anyway.
said it.
I thought,
No, it was literally, I posted the code was 2016.
oh, was it?
Because she
Anyway.
was like, the constitutional powers that you have in year 3 carry on to year 4, and I hope the Senate appreciates.
Yeah, and then her last wish literally goes against everything
Oh,
she
yeah,
said.
her dying wish. They said that her dying wish, which, excuse me, but if you're dying and your last fucking wish is, you go, ma'am, you have a second to live. Don't let him fill my seat. It's like,
Well, I heard that from what I read, it was like a couple days before she died.
then it's not your dying wish.
But that
What did she
they-
just
but
stop
they're
talking? What did she go, don't fill my seat? And then goes,
Are you
and
going to
she's just
say
sitting there.
anything else?
yeah. Yeah. She can't even shake her head no, because then that's her dying wish.
Her
No,
dying
but it's
wish
like,
was
no, seriously, if that's your, like, how petty do you have to be? Everybody's petty, but how petty do you have to be for that to be your dying wish? Like, how political? Like, she's the definition of the swamp. I mean, seriously, it's like, that's your dying wish. You have, like, your family all around you. You don't tell them you appreciate them. I wish that all my kids are successful as I am, or all my, I mean, her kids are probably like 58, but I hope that all my, you know, my whole family's successful and they all get what they want. No, it's, don't let them fill the seat. And what are we supposed to take that and be like, "That's the point"? It's like, no, I'm filling the damn seat.
Well, and
by the way, I'm filling it with someone who's based, dude.
I saw someone post this morning. The post that I saw this morning, it was literally this. It was like a tweet.
Yeah.
From Trump in 2016
Mm-hmm.
that said, Obama should wait to fill the seat until he's out of president, or they should wait to fill the seat until he's out of presidency, or something like that.
Yeah.
And people had, like, a ton of people had shared it.
Yeah.
People had commented, "I can't believe he said this. We need
You're
to share
what a
this everywhere."
hypocrite. I hope.
I did a fucking Google search.
Yeah.
Did Trump say? And I put the tweet. There was like 7 fact-checking sites that were like, he never said this. We've checked. Twitter released their archives about it, and it's literally not even there. So like, even if he deleted it, it would have been in the archives.
Yeah, and here, you know what? I hope he did say it.
He did.
I hope no, but here's the thing, is that Democrats, like, they've been coming on my page, right? They've been getting a little fucking feisty, and they're going, "Oh, so you don't support Obama nominating somebody, but you support Trump doing it?" Yes. You know why? Because I don't want a liberal on the court. So if I have the opportunity to get another conservative, this is the thing. If Trump hadn't nominated at first, when this all first happened, I was like, I think Trump's going to win the election. This is my initial thought. I think Trump's going to win the election. Let's not even mess with nominating somebody. Let's just wait, do it after the election. And then I thought about it for a couple minutes, and I was like, you know what? Fuck that. The Democrats were immediately like with Merrick Garland, they're just trying to pack the courts. So why don't we do the same thing? This is what I was talking about last week, or I didn't really talk about last week, but this is like one of my problems with conservatives, is that they're so spineless. Like, I wouldn't have been surprised if they were like, well, let's just mourn the death of Ruth Bader Ginsburg and not nominate. It's like, she died. It's sad. But also, filling the court, completely different issue. Filling her seat, it's like if the fucking CEO of Google dies, you know? You're not going to be like, well, let's wait and fill a seat. It's like, no, you got to find another CEO. Someone has to be there.
Yeah.
It's like on the Supreme Court. It's the seat. We've had 9 judges for the longest time. Somebody has to fill that seat.
There'll be stalemates.
And I want it to be a conservative.
There'll be stalemates until the seat's filled.
And unfortunately, that's how politics works, is you're going to have your seat filled. When you die and you freaking were involved in politics, guess what? The fucking replacing you is going to be political. But I'm glad that conservatives are doing it, because it's not a spineless move. And I'm happy about that, because I was afraid they were going to be spineless about it.
Right.
Which is what we have been doing. So yes, I didn't support Obama's getting, and I support Obama trying, sure, because he has the right to do it, but I didn't support his choice. Just like if Trump came out and was like, if Trump, he wouldn't, but if he nominated a liberal, or like, you know, I would be against it. It's not about the nominating. It's the nomination. It's about who they're nominating.
I read somewhere somebody said Ted Cruz, and I was like,
no. Ted Cruz needs to stay in Congress.
He wants
in the Senate,
he wants to be in Congress, and then he also wants presidency. So
yeah, which I don't think he's gonna get. If I had to make a, I mean, I think the top 5 people who I think are gonna be president next. I think the next president, and I think it's gonna be somebody that we don't know much about at this point. Because think about it, like, Trump came out of nowhere, you know.
Obama really came
out of nowhere. You usually don't know until closer to the election. Mm-hmm. I don't think it's going to be Cruz. I don't think he has like the charm and the likability. If you agree with Cruz on issues, you like Cruz. But if you don't agree with Cruz on issues, he just kind of sounds like he has Asperger's. You know? Well, you know, the Constitution, it's okay. He sounds like Ben Shapiro, but like a little bit more charming. You know?
Did you see that? So I don't know if you guys play Among Us, but there's an Among Us meme that was like, it was like someone hit
Ben Shapiro.
It was like someone hit the alert button,
mm-hmm.
and it was like, all right, who do we think it is? And it was red, and he had like Ben Shapiro's face, and goes, well, listen, folks, I think that it's really, and he's like going into like.
My favorite Ben Shapiro memes are the ones where there was one because he's moving to Nashville, he's moving the Daily Wire to Nashville, and there's one like him leaning out of a truck, and he's like, let's say. He goes, because he's moving to Nashville, so it's him like leaning over against his truck, and he goes, let's say, for the sake of argument, that this town does not have room for the both of us. It's so stupid. I'm like, oh, dude, I love the Ben Shapiro memes.
They're good.
They're hilarious. But yeah, I saw another Among Us meme that I wanted to. It was like the blue thing, and then he had a cop and like a cop outfit on, and it was like black look kind of sus. Oh,
Black
dude!
kinda
Speaking of that, the
sus.
Breonna Taylor. Did you hear about that?
No.
So Breonna Taylor was the woman who was killed in her apartment.
I know.
And the Black Lives Matter, they present it like she was killed innocent, just was sitting there.
They say that she was asleep.
Yeah, asleep. What they leave out is the fact that her boyfriend started shooting at the cops, so the cop shot back and hit her.
Yeah.
It's like, so whose fault is that? It's the boyfriend's. And I wish there was a better situation. Like I wish we lived in a world where
shitty situation.
I wish cops could just run in with those fucking net guns and just go and like, and the person's like, wouldn't it get sucked to get hit by one of those? Like one of those, like goes, and like the net comes out and then it's around.
They've got like weighted balls on the end of them, so like they'll swing around.
Yeah.
I would be the one that gets so unlucky that it swings around and just goes, wow.
Can you imagine?
Just like,
yeah, and then you're stuck like this. You can't like grab.
It's
you're
like,
no, but anyway, so she got shot. Obviously, like it's an unfortunate situation that somebody died that was innocent, but also the boyfriend was shooting, and that just like when there's bullets flying all around. So the prosecutor came back today and said that they're not going to press charges against the police.
Oh God, there's going to be so many.
Already,
more.
I've already seen videos of protesters, rioters, as I call them,
because they're so like single-minded, tunnel vision people.
Well, they're not going to listen to them. Like they don't, because they've been fed a narrative. Like nobody knows that the boyfriend was shooting. Like that's not taught. All you hear is, "Oh, cop walks into an apartment and opens fire." Like they just
hear a funny joke?
They just walk in and go. Yeah, go ahead.
All right. So a cop walks into a house.
Mm-hmm.
He opened fires.
Yeah.
That was the best joke I got. What the fuck? I thought that was fucking hilarious.
No, I saw another. Like I was opening up the. I was watching Now This, or not Now This. It was like NBC News on Snapchat or whatever. It was like doo doo doo, and whatever. The stupid liberal lib turd.
I'm a lib.
Yeah, I'm a lib. Don't listen to me. No, but they were like, a cop shoots a teenage boy, and they tell this whole story about how the boy had autism. The mom calls the police to come get the boy. The police show up, and they're like, and then they shot the boy. And then they talk about it a little bit more. And then at the very end of the clip, they go, now the mom did warn the police that the boy did have a gun, and they weren't sure if it was a BB gun or a real gun. Like, put that at the beginning. Police shot at a boy with a gun. Because that's what it is. Now, who knows the state of the boy? They say he needed, like, mental health assistance. Mm-hmm. He had autism, and he had a gun.
Yeah.
Nothing against people with autism, but if they're fucking freaking, dude, like, they could start spazzing with the gun, And so I'm like, it seems to me like a justified shooting. Now they're going to look into it, of course, but, and this is going to be the new actually it won't, because it was white. So it won't be the new thing. Let's just, if we're just being honest, it's not going to be the new thing.
Nobody will riot over that.
No.
I would, because.
No, because white people die all the time in the hands of the cops.
Nobody cares.
Yeah.
Fuck them.
Yeah, it's a case-by-case thing. But anyway, so the Breonna Taylor thing, it's already starting riots and violence. I mean, we're just going to have continuous riots and violence until the election. And then when the election happens, it's going to go, if Trump wins, it's going to be off the chain.
Well, I mean, like I've been saying, I definitely think that if Trump wins, there will be riots.
Mm-hmm.
And if he loses, there will be like nothing.
Well, we're not going to protest.
Well,
I'm not protesting.
And also, I just keep on getting reminded of 2016 whenever they're like, if Trump wins or if Trump loses, there will be riots in the street of white people that are pissed off. It's like,
when is the last time it happened? Did it happen with Obama?
Exactly.
The Tea Party was the last thing that happened with Obama. Remember the Tea Party?
And it wasn't even violent, was it?
No, it wasn't violent at all. They were just like upset. It was like the Tea Party movement. It didn't last.
Yeah.
But I think that was how Ted Cruz kind of got his...
He kind of got a foothold with that.
Yeah, but it's like, no one's going to riot and protest if Trump wins, it's going to be... Because now it's like they've seen... Which is funny, because you'd think after a term of him being president, that, well, maybe this guy isn't a fascist. Maybe this guy isn't Hitler. Maybe everything's fine. But Instead, after the term, they think he's worse. Somehow they think he's worse, even though their lives really haven't changed since he became president.
Literally, after Ruth died,
yeah,
I saw on Facebook like all of these women that are like, I'm gonna have to claim asylum now because our savior's dead. Oh, and I was like, savior?
Yeah, I saw those as well.
It's like, what the fuck?
I saw one yesterday that said this. Seems like we shouldn't. Okay, I mean, I can't say again. Seems like we shouldn't have a political system where if one person dies, a few 100 million women lose their reproductive rights.
What? Like literally?
Who the fuck?
She wasn't the only person that was like stopping.
Yeah, they act like she's the only pro-choice person left,
and she was the only.
And by the way, don't have sex. You know, how hard, dude? There's so many options. You go, don't have sex. Okay, but I want to have sex. Okay, fine, have sex. Use a condom. Oh, but I don't use a condom. Okay, birth control, which I'm not necessarily that. Whatever, birth control, fine. You know, oh, I didn't use birth control. Okay, don't come. Oh, I came. Okay, plan B. Oh, no, I'm not gonna. It's like there's so many options, and then you want to wait until the fucking shit's got a heartbeat and is like squirming around in the womb and then pull it out with a vacuum. It's like, how about try those other options? That is not a reproductive right. Like, I'm just so sick of them calling it a reproductive right. It's like, that's not, you know? But, yeah, it's stupid. I mean, they're freaking out. They're acting like it's the last line of defense. It's like, dude, Roe v. Wade is not going to be overturned.
Also,
I'm saying this as a conservative. It's not going to be overturned. That is a light at the end of the tunnel, conservative wet dream that we just come back. Progression, the progressives, when something happens, it never gets reversed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Gay marriage, the slippery slope that happened after that stuff's not coming back. The transgender reading time, that's not stopping. That's why I'm saying it's so important to stop it now before it gets worse, because once it happens,
it won't.
It's not. Yeah. You can't reel
There's no going back.
Reel that fish back in. Yeah. You know, you throw out your line. Fuck, it's stuck on a log, dude. I can't get it back. I have to cut the line. So you don't want to lose that line. Don't fucking let it be thrown out, right? Don't let it. Yeah.
But how are you supposed to fish?
Well, you fish in a pond with no fucking shit in it. Now this again, you're ruining my metaphor that I came up with
on the spot. That was a good metaphor. I'll give you
I thought it wasn't, but then you ruined it when you hit me how you're supposed to fish.
Welcome to the game.
Producer Steve is here to ruin my moments. But yeah, I mean, it's the Roe v. Wade's not going to be overturned.
I changed my name.
To what?
Imposter Steve.
Oh God.
Because I got imposter like 7 times the other night,
dude.
And all of the Patreons were like, "What the fuck? How is it always Steve?"
And that is a good time to bring up the fact that we have a Patreon, patreon.com/TSFDpod. Now let's talk about some of the perks that people get if they join the Patreon. Because you might be thinking, why should I even join the Patreon?
Yeah.
What's the point? You know, it's a Patreon for your podcast. Why would I join it?
I'll get the video. Wow.
Well, let's talk about what you get. So right now you get 30 minutes of the video, right, on YouTube, Dylan's Daily Show. But that ends at 30 minutes. So if you want to keep watching, you got to go to patreon.com/TSFDpod. You get the full video, the full hour video. Also, once a month, you get an exclusive episode. Mm-hmm. Usually a drinking episode.
Usually.
I think we'll probably do that again for the next one because they're funny.
I'm going to have to get like an Uber or something.
Yeah, so the drinking episode. Got a drinking episode. Or just whatever we do.
It'll be an extra episode.
Something. It'll be something good. Usually we go off the cuff and say super offensive stuff. It's a good episode.
Yeah, get ready for that.
Yeah. So there's that. You get access to a private Discord with all of the other Patreons. So it's like a freaking group of like-minded people.
It's a community.
It's a community of people. We're in there. We're constantly talking, constantly doing calls, and playing games with everybody. Yeah. So it's super fun. I love the Patreons. Like, they're genuinely good people.
There's 2 different tiers. We got a $5 tier that you just get the video podcast and access to the Discord.
Yeah.
And on the Discord, like you said, gaming and all that.
Yeah.
And the community. I mean, we post memes. We just talk. There's a jamming channel that we're actually using a lot now.
Yeah, I notice it all the time.
It's
I still haven't been in it.
It's a fun time. But then at a $10 tier, you can
this is per month.
Yeah, per month. You can also, on top of the others, ask questions that we'll answer on here.
Recommend topics.
And a bunch we're thinking about adding some more.
We're going to add something special for the $10 month tiers that that's coming up. So anyway, that's the Patreon. If you guys, we usually don't take a long chunk out of the show to promote it, but I figured this week we would. And it's literally, it's $5 a month. And by the way, we have goals. Mm-hmm. So if we reach a certain goal, then...
If we hit 10,000 Patreons, he's going to say the N-word on this podcast.
That's not one of the goals, but we have certain goals where we'll add more shows per week and everything like that. So that's cool. Anyway, back to the Politiclicks. Let me get the next topic up here. What do you want to go with? Let's go. Let's talk about. Well, I mean, we're kind of off that. I was gonna say we should talk about the people that Trump is gonna pick, but I feel like he's announcing Saturday. I think it's gonna be Amy.
Yeah, I was kind of gonna say
so it's gonna be Amy. So there's really no point in doing that topic. I had it. I was ready.
Yeah.
But I feel like. And we're recording this on Wednesday, so I mean, by the time you guys hear it, he may have already.
Yeah,
it's gonna be Saturday, but it's
At that point, he'll probably already choose. I think we should talk about the hoverboard.
Oh, you want to talk about the hoverboard? Oh my gosh! So a doctor, I'm gonna pull up
a dentist.
Or a dentist. Yeah, I'm gonna pull this up really quick. Gets 12 years, and by the way, all these people out here that are like, oh, black people get way too much time in the jails for doing petty stuff. This dentist removed somebody's tooth, like on a hoverboard, which by the way is a fucking baller move. He's like on the hoverboard, removing this guy's tooth. 12 years, sentenced to 12 years in prison for doing it. I don't know. I guess you put the kid at risk. It's like he did it.
Put the kid at risk.
I mean,
is he gonna fall on him or something?
Well, I mean, maybe like jerk. Have you been on one of the hoverboards?
Yeah.
Dude.
I can't. I'm too big for it.
I was outside of this hotel. And there's this group of Mormons, like going, like just riding around on their hoverboard. I guess that's how they do their.
So they don't have to walk so much.
Yeah, they go. They just hover around now. But I saw them hovering around, and I was like, "Do you mind if I try that?" And they're like, "Sure." And I get on, and I'm like, and it just goes, it goes back and forth, and then I'm going backwards, and I'm like, I'm going backwards, go back. They're like, lean forward, and I'm literally leaning forward, and I'm going like this. I'm like, I'm leaning forward. I'm straight up fucking, and they're like, no, really lean forward. And I'm like, more than this? I mean, I'm literally.
Well, because you feel like you're gonna fall.
Yeah.
Because you're leaning so far forward.
You have to lean your feet forward. My problem was I was leaning it was stupid. I looked
like an idiot.
What was it?
What?
What was it that he said on the Patreon?
What?
Oh God, it was. I don't remember what it was.
I said it?
No. One of the Patreons said it.
Oh.
I forgot what it was. It was instead of retard, they said like, I can't remember what it was, and the Patreon's gonna remember. But it was something funny that made me laugh so hard.
You were. I remember you laughing at it, but I don't remember what it was.
Yeah, I can't remember. Anyway, but yeah, I did. I genuinely looked really stupid. But that doctor was doing it, so I guess maybe they were afraid that the doctor would like jolt back and like mangle the tooth. But he didn't. That's the thing.
I just don't understand. What was the sentence?
12 years. Well, let's pull it up
No, I mean
now.
like the reasoning for the sentence. Like I get the 12 years, but I'm talking like you can't just be like, all right, you have 12 years in prison. Why? Yeah, because I feel like it. Like you can't do that shit.
Yeah. Well, here's from the New York Times.
Ruth Bader might.
Oh, wait a minute. Hoverboard riding dentist found guilty of fraud. Okay, so I mean, we just mangled that story.
Whoops.
Skip that whole part. It was not for doing that. We should probably read into the article.
You should look up the article before we start talking about it.
What the fuck, fake news media? I mean, seriously, they go hoverboard dentist sentenced to 12 years. It's like what? Be like fraudulent dentist. They just attacked all hoverboard riders.
Or at least the headlines say fraud.
Yeah, they didn't. Let's see. Seth Lookhart, a dentist in Alaska, pulled a tooth out of a sedated woman's mouth while bouncing on a hoverboard, one video showed. He rolled down the hallway, pulled his gloves off, and threw his hands in the air, another showed. Mr. Lookhart then sent the videos to people outside his practice, prosecutors said, and the footage became part of a wide-ranging case against a dentist on charges of fraud, embezzlement, and unlawful dental acts. So I guess that is part of it, is the unlawful dental act. On Monday, Judge Michael Wolverton of Anchorage Superior Court sentenced Mr. Lookhart to 20 years in prison with 8 years suspended and to 10 years of probation with a statement from Alaska's Department of Law. Why even sentence him? I mean, that's so stupid. Sentence him to 20 years in prison with 8 years suspended. You just say 12 years.
Yeah.
You got life in prison minus 72 years. It's like, then you didn't. Like, I mean, it's just. Mr. Lookhart has been charged in 2017 with felony offenses of medical assistance fraud, theft in the second degree, and scheme to defraud. So this guy's a scum. This guy's a scum. But also, I mean, I don't think it should have anything to do with the fact that he rides a hoverboard. I feel like that's kind of offensive. You know, we are in the era of everything's offensive. I feel like that's a little bit offensive to people who ride hoverboards. You know? I mean, because it's like there are people out there who ride hoverboards just trying to ride it. They're not pulling teeth. They're not committing fraud.
Most of the time they're just getting their McDonald's.
Yeah. Sometimes they're Mormons outside of a hotel.
Yeah.
And
have you heard the good word?
The good word? Have I heard the good word?
Good word.
Have you heard the good word?
I'm so tired.
I do like Mormons though. You know, I feel like they are kind of ridiculous, but they're nice people.
They're nice people. They're just, you know, they like to have multiple wives.
No, I don't think that's a thing anymore.
Have you never seen Sister Wives? My wife loves that.
I've seen
show.
Sister Wives, but I feel like the new modern Mormons. Because I have a buddy who's a Mormon, and I talked to him about this. I was like, so you're gonna like how many?
It's
wives
like
do you
certain
want?
sects,
and he was like, I'm not doing that. Like I want one wife, and he has one wife.
It's like certain sectors.
Now here's the question: turn off the show.
You just said my fucking wife's name.
Okay, like 30.
Just bleep it out.
That's what I want to do.
God damn it.
Turn off the show now. Producer Steve, how many wives would you have?
Fucking one.
If you could have multiple wives?
Yeah,
you don't,
one.
Why?
I can barely take care of the one I got now.
I feel like everybody thinks that this idea of having a ton of wives, you're just swimming in poon and it's epic. There's no way. No. I've seen like one episode of Sister Wives. I don't even need to watch Sister Wives to know that that's going to shit fast.
Well,
you know,
it's just like
because you're spending more time with one of them, or you take one shopping and get like something nicer for her.
It's like not like they don't have emotions anymore.
Yeah. They're not all gonna. They act like you're just the Prince of Egypt in fucking BC. You know, whatever, like 800 BC, and you're just sitting there being fanned by one, and the one's feeding you grapes, and the other's like giving you a fucking back rub. Like that's not how it works. No. It's gonna be like that for the first couple days. And then you lay pipe with one of them, and then the other one feels like she didn't get as good of a session, and then it goes.
She's gonna ask for like a refund, but can I please speak to the manager?
Can I do it again? It's like I'm out of juice. I just did it with the last 12. What do you want me to do? And you're out of juice now. Really, you're out of juice.